Seam. I'm Angela. We're in my sewing room for day 43. Listen, I don't think I've sewed 43 days since I've had my sewing machine. So I think we are doing a pretty bang up job of making our way in here every day. And I was just thinking about something. Oh, so today is part 2 of getting ready to do, it's part 2. It's part 2 of day 43 of subsection A, part B. It's day 2 or part 2 of the Butterfly Garden Quilt by Free Spirit. And we're getting ready because tomorrow, Wednesday, you're not going to believe this. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we're having a Zoom sew-along. I've never done one. I've never been part of one. I can't even imagine how it's going to go. I think it's going to be fantastic. So we'll put the link in the description, but you're going to want to go to quarter-inch-seam-zoom.us. quarter-inch-seam-zoom.us. Don't go to Zoom. If you have the Zoom app or program on your computer or your phone or whatever, don't go there. Just go to that website and it will take you to the Zoom link. quarter-inch-seam-zoom.us. And quarter is spelled out. Quarterinch. Seam, S-E-A-M, zoom, Z-O-O-M.us. Now, in order to get ready for that, because I want to sew a row together tomorrow, we are trying to get our you-know-what together. We're trying very hard to get our you-know-what together. Do you ever have those days where you've been working on something for, like I've been at my computer and I'm on the phone like all afternoon and just trying to kind of mark stuff off and get stuff done. And then you kind of get into that zone, that kind of tunnel, and then you look up and you're like, oh my God, there's a whole mess of other stuff I didn't do and people I didn't call, and you don't care. You don't care about this stuff. Who cares about this stuff? We're sewing now. Go get your sewing. Go get it. Hurry, hurry. Okay. It's the Butterfly Garden Quilt by Free Spirit. Butterfly Garden Quilt by Free Spirit. To recap just really slightly, I'm not using the same colors, so if you print it in color or if you see it or you see the instructions or whatever, we're kind of modifying it. Like it or not, that's what we're doing. You can sew it however you want. Doesn't matter, doesn't make any difference, but that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing. We know. Me? Yes. So, there's 4 butterflies across and 5 butterflies down. But I have to get more heat and bond because I don't have I'm just short enough to do all the butterflies I need. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to do the outline around the butterflies, and God willing, we're going to cut the sashing, which on these is going to be cream. And I need some help. On the actual pattern, so here's one here's a square that we've done. Here's it. Can you see it? Can you see that? Can you see me? With the butterfly on the backing. On the backing. Yes, backing fabric. When you go back and watch part 1, which was yesterday, and I actually cut the butterflies out, I trace them out, I cut them, I iron them down, and then today we're going to stitch around them. But here's the dilemma. In the original pattern, in the corners, they did like, what do you call that? I don't remember what you call that. Like a flying geese? Not a flying geese. You know, they put a little square in the corner, and so they get a different effect in the corner, like a fold down, it looks like. But here's the problem. I'm already looking at this one, and I don't really think I have enough room to do that. So I think we're going to go with this plain squares. I think we're not going to... Look. This program says it's for advanced beginners, and I'm marginally an advanced beginner. Yeah, I'm more like a moderate beginner. So I think if we try and do the corners, because of where the butterflies are, like this one could be just a smidge high. I think that we're asking for trouble. That's what I think. And I got to be honest with you. I am 2025. My only pursuit is to get trouble and garbage out of my life. So anything that is troubling or stressful, I'd like it to be gone. Be gone with you. Not you. Trouble. So what I think we're going to do is just do the sashing. Sashing? Yeah, sashing. And the sashing we're doing in just this really pretty cream. Yeah, you know what? Okay, but we're just going to do that. I think by trying to do the other, it's just going to be way too much. Now, I know this isn't how you were going to sew it. I'm just doing this so I can see what it's going to look like. And it's going to look fabulous. Some of you know already because I let the beans out of the bag. The beans out of the bag? The cat out of the bag. And spilled the beans. I let the beans out of the bag and told you who this was going to, this quilt, when it's finished, who it's going to. But some of you didn't hear, so I'm not going to say it again because that person is on this channel. I mean, well, this person has access to this channel. I don't know if she knows how to go in and watch the videos, but okay, anyway, whatever. So what we're going to do today is sew down these 4, and then we're going to cut the sashing so that we have those pieces ready to go for tomorrow, so that we can, fingers crossed, get 1 row done tomorrow. Because if we could get 1 row done tomorrow, I would feel like a rock star. Because we're also going to be on Zoom, and so we're going to be chatting and laughing and sewing. So we'll see. Okay, so we are going now to the sewing machine. All right, I don't need a mouse. I do, however, need a little water. Now, my dear sweet Betsy, well, I tell you what, I have the most amazing followers. They really are just spectacular, including you. Thanks for coming by. Betsy told me that was it Betsy or was it Madeline? Either Betsy or Madeline, so shout out to both of you. Told me that on my machine, when I'm going to do this decorative stitch, well, this was on another project, but she said I'm supposed to push that top button on my baby log, and I don't remember what it's called, but it has to do with lifting my needle up when I stop. Not lifting my needle up when I stop. I don't remember, but I'm going to push the button. It's number 2. Madeline sent me a very sweet gift in the mail, and hopefully I'll be able to get down there and pick it up tomorrow or tonight so that we can do a little unboxing on tomorrow on the Zoom. I've never had anything to unbox. How exciting is that? All right, you ready? Okay. Oh. I have the wrong color in there right now. Okay, let's find, gosh, I get myself boxed in here sometimes. Steve was, oh God, and we can't have a red bobbin. Yikes. That was for my mom, placemat. Did you see the mom placemat video? So cute. No, I didn't. I wasn't able to give it to my mom. I'm sending it to my mom, but I didn't give it to her because, for 2 reasons. One, she wasn't. She lives in another state. She lives in California, and I live in Florida. And yeah, that part's hard. It is. Yeah. It is. Ain't no two bones about it. But it makes our visits and our time when we get to be together very sweet. So we look forward to that. And she usually comes out to Florida. She usually comes out to Florida once a year and comes and stays with us for like 2 months, 6 weeks, 2 months in the summertime. Oh, nice. Bring her in the heat of the summer. But she likes it. She likes the humidity. She likes the humidity versus the dry heat of California. Not to mention other things about California that she doesn't really care for. So I'm going to send her the placemat. And that's that. Okay, you go in here. All right, now, around the edges of the butterflies, we did one a few days ago, but because I want you to be able, if you want to do this pattern, you'll at least have a little bit of guidance, not I'm not teaching, because it's not my place. But if you wanted to do it and you wanted to kind of follow along, that's what we're doing. So we've got the butterflies on, and around the edges, I hope you can see it, we're just doing a little curly Q stitch. Just a little curly Q stitch, just to give them a little, somebody said I should do something like to really make them pop. But I don't have enough of any color that would really work with this. And thread. And I don't think I want them to pop too much more. I just want them to have a little bit of dimension. So that's why we're using that stitch. All right, thread the needle. Okay, I got the bobbin in, right? I put the bobbin in. Okay, let's get you out of the way. Now, I gotta find the stitch again. Oy, Dios mío. I love the baby lock decorative stitches. Oh my God. I didn't realize, oh no. They have little flowers and little Christmas trees. Oh my God. I'm using that at Christmas time. I didn't even know that was in here. They have, I tell you what, the most amazing decorative stitches. Now, oh my God, there's all these flowers. Holy camole. I'm sure it's quite thrilling for you too. Listening to me just sit here and ding, ding, ding. I don't think that's it. Darn it. I didn't, usually I save what I've used or take a picture of it. And I thought it was on the second page. What the heck? It's not here. I know I didn't see those. Oh, there we go. Okay, found it. I got it, don't worry. And And a bunch of you were so sweet and left me suggestions on how to make the top stitching, you know, if you're doing like that over stitching type thing, lay really nice and be really pretty. And now I forgot what everybody said. Somebody said a piece of paper. Am I supposed to put a piece of paper on the top? Yes. Really, a piece of paper on the top? You know what? Let's not tempt fate. So today we're going to do it without anything on it, just the way I did normally. I did it originally. And I'll go back through the comments and find that. Okay, ready? Okay. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I'm not sure why I do that, but we're going to go with it. I guess there's nothing left to do but start. Okay. Oh. Okay, that's what I did. Oh, it is. That what I've always had where the needle stays down in the presser. Oh no, the presser foot automatically comes up. Okay, that does make it a lot easier. That does make it a lot easier, so that when you stop, it will it automatically lifts the presser foot. Oh, that is banging. Okay. And then it automatically puts it back down. Hello? Why did I ever turn that off? Or why did I not ever need... You know, here's the problem. When I got my machine, like, they're throwing a lot of information at you. And I was supposed to go to a class. I never went. I didn't go. That was dumb. I should have. And now, in order to go, I have to go back to California. So, probably not going to do that anytime soon. Okay. So while I go around and around these butterflies, what did you do today? Did you have a good day? Yeah, mine wasn't, it wasn't bad. It wasn't fantastic. I mean... I wouldn't necessarily... Oh, how much easier is that? Oh my God. I think it was Betsy. Thank you, Betsy. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. How much easier is that? If you have a baby lock machine and you're new and you're a little slow like me, there's a button on your machine, on your little keypad. And on the left-hand side, there's 4 yellow buttons. Mine has 4 yellow buttons. I don't know if yours has 4 yellow buttons or not, but there's yellow buttons. And one is a little picture of your presser foot with the needle going through it. Turn that on. When you stop sewing, it will automatically lift your presser foot. So if you're trying to turn something, you can do it without having to stop, press the button, raise the presser foot, then put it back down. It just automatically does it and everything stays in the same position. And you can turn stuff, you know, like if you're turning on a corner or you're doing like a binding or something, you can turn stuff without having to, wow, that's just, you know, here's the thing I will say. After 43 days of doing this, and by 43 days, it's not my first 43 days of sewing. It's just 43 days of us coming together every day to sew for a few minutes. I have learned and relearned so much stuff. And because I find it very hard when, even for something that you love or something that's a hobby, that you don't carve out time for it. Because when you don't, everything you learn, you forget. Maybe you don't forget, I forget. You know, life is so busy right now. I just can't even imagine. People in and out of the hospital, in and out of surgeries. We're doing this yard thing with the grass. That's just been all consuming. So just a lot going on. Plus, you know, work and family and dinner and... Don't let me forget I have to go to the grocery store. So anyway, I found myself, when I had the time to come in here, which was like maybe once a week, I didn't remember all the stuff that I had done or stuff that I had learned on a quilt that I had worked on. And, oh my God, how much easier is this? So I just felt like I was never, I don't know, getting better or even able to replicate things that I had done. And so I think when you just create a little bit of a habit, even if it's for something that's not like, you know, a discipline or, you know, it's for something like a hobby or something that you really enjoy. I think you have to carve out time for it on a regular basis so that you can, you know, remember all this stuff. I can almost cry. This quilt is going to be like my petals quilt. As soon as I get the backing on my petals quilt, I still haven't put the backing on. That was kind of an homage to my grandmother, and this one is really. I'll tell you if you promise not to tell her. This one is for my mom. And if you knew my mom, you would know that this is just like so, I don't know. It's just so perfectly her. These little dainty swirls around the edge and like this just simple kind of, it's going to be cool. I'm still not 100% clear on what I'm going to do for the quilting part. So I'm now taking suggestions for the actual quilting part. Because what I probably kind of should have done was not top stitch these butterflies right now. I should have just waited, but it would be the same. So what, who cares about the backside? But now I have this, you know, space on these squares. And it's going to be a pretty good sized quilt, and to be honest with you, I don't know that I want to do, I don't feel confident in my quilting abilities in this space with this machine to do something that I really want it to be nice, and I don't want to send it out to be quilted. Okay, I don't want to send it to a long arm. I want this to be done next week. I'd like to put this in the mail next week. Anyway, so what would you do? What my original plan was, I was just going to, you know, do the rows and put it all together, and then I was just going to like stitch in a ditch kind of around the sashing. So that just obviously wouldn't have much quilting on the, you know, on the background fabric. I don't know, maybe I'm trying to make a decision before I should try and make a decision. Maybe that decision I can't make until it's done. Yeah, that's probably it. I'm so excited about the Zoom tomorrow. I think it's going to be fantastic fun. So, grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea. If you want to grab a glass of wine, you know me. I don't judge. As long as you can keep the needle straight. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock Eastern time. So if you live somewhere that's not in the Eastern time zone, or you live in another country, we have lots of people from Canada and Australia, and I think we have New Zealand. We have a bunch of people from a bunch of countries. It's amazing. Anyway, you're gonna have to adjust the time zone because I don't know what that means. I don't know what 6 o'clock Eastern time is gonna be for you. You're gonna go to quarterinchseamzoom.us, quarterinchseamzoom.us, and it will take you to the Zoom link. You don't go to Zoom. You don't need to go to Zoom. Please don't message me on YouTube and ask me what's the Zoom ID number. I have no idea. Just go to that website, and Steve will put the link in the description. Now, God willing, I can remind her to put the link in the description, but hey. Tonight, I'm making these little, they call them pork chops, but they're really like a ham chop. I mean, it's really like ham with a bone, thin like a pork chop. That's what it really is. That's the taste it has. It's like a smoked pork chop. Oh, that's what it is. Smoked pork chops. I'm making smoked pork chops for dinner. And potatoes for Steve. Leftover rice for me. And it's going to be it for tonight. Trying to get into my office a little bit earlier. There's just so much to do. This is not that bad. I will say that these are, well, they're obviously smaller, but they are a bit easier than the petals. I think something may have gone a little awry here. No, that's okay. The petals took a long time, and I wish I had known. I wish I had spoken up about the issue with the presser foot thing that Betsy figured out for me, because the stop and start and up and up, you know, it would have been a lot easier if the needle just automatically went up. Anyway, those took a while. Thank goodness there were only 16. I mean, yeah, there's only 20 here, but there were 16 of those petals to top stitch like this. It is so worth it. When I show you this petals quilt, if you haven't seen it, it came out so amazing. It's the best thing I've ever done so far, I think. And we're going to do another petals quilt in June. We're doing another petals quilt with all flowers. Flowers for the petals. Is that going to be adorable? It's going to be so cute. Minnie was in here a little while ago, but I think she bailed. She had to go to the groomer today, which she loves. It always makes her feel better. She hates the actual act of going, and she knows the woman's name now.
So now, even if you say like, the woman's name is Ellen, and she's fantastic. She has the most wonderful, like, kind of like your grandma, kind of like your Aunt Ellen, Grandma Ellen, and she just is the sweetest, calmest. She's so precise. She just does a fantastic job, and she treats Minnie as if Minnie were her own. The only problem is that Minnie hates a bath, and Minnie hates she doesn't like the scissoring, she doesn't like being brushed, she doesn't like any of that stuff. And so when we get in the car, and you say we're going to see Ellen, Minnie loses her you know what. And she won't sit down, she can't get settled, you can tell she's getting nervous. And I don't know why she's getting nervous. She's never been hurt at the groomers, but she just doesn't like it. And then when she comes home, because she has to stand for a while, to get cut, she's just wasted. She's so tired the whole rest of the day. You've never seen a dog that plays up the drama like Minnie does. But I love her with my entire heart. She's the sweetest, most wonderful, most loving, most fun. Little pup that you've ever met. Love her to death. Okay, we are almost done, and we'll have 4 done. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Tomorrow we're gonna make a row. Oh, Angela, pay attention. Tomorrow we're gonna make a row. Let me tell you something. Before I had you guys coming over, do you know how long it would have taken me to get 4 of these done and ready to make a row? Let's just say this. I'd probably be ready for next Mother's Day. But now she's gonna have it in the same month. God, what? That's just very cool. Okay, all right. So these are done. These 4 are done. I just have like 2 more inches to do here. Tomorrow will be part 3. We're doing it on Zoom. We're going to do it live on Zoom. And I'm so excited that you guys are going to come over, and I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. It's going to be so much fun. Now, don't clean your sewing room. Don't clean your sewing room. You don't need to put on fancy clothes or special clothes. You don't need to do your makeup or your hair. I mean, a touch of lipstick might not hurt. But no pressure. Because this is just us. So, and if you don't want to turn your camera on, you don't have to turn your camera on. If you don't want to turn your microphone on, you don't have to turn your microphone on. If you just want to come by, sew for a little bit, or be a fly on the wall and see what the rest of us are doing, you can do that too, okay? We just thought it might be fun for our little quirky online quilt guild here to be able to kind of come together, and so that's why we're doing it. We just thought it would be fun. So, no pressure. Oh my gosh, how perfect was that? Look at this. So the 4th one's done, and look what happened. That's all the thread that's left. That's how you know that something has worked out just right. Okay, part 2 done. So if you're doing these, if you're kind of following along, you should have, if you want to do a row tomorrow, if you want to do 1 row with us, if you want to sew along tomorrow and do a row of the Butterfly Garden Quilt by Free Spirit, go get the pattern, get your butterflies, go back and watch part 1, get your butterflies on, get your butterflies on. Put your butterfly on. Put your butterflies on your background fabric. And then do a little top stitch around, unless you don't want to, whatever. tomorrow we're going to put our sashing on and sew the first row together. I couldn't be more excited if I tried. And more nervous because I don't have any more of either of these fabrics. So it's sink or swim tomorrow, ladies. Sink or swim. Okay, that's it for today because I gotta go to the store. I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic evening. Thanks for coming by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If you know somebody else that would like to come and sew for a little bit each day, or just come and pull up a stool and sit and talk while I sew for a few minutes every day, then tell them to come over. Yeah. And we always appreciate a thumbs up, and leave us a comment. Tell me what you're sewing. And with that, I think that's about it. Except, remember, only a 1/4 inch seam. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, 1/4 inch seam zoom.us for our official Zoom lunch. Oh, so exciting. See you tomorrow. Bye.